Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 72nd show where we find the occult hidden in everything. And this is a heptagram. It has 7 points and 7 lines. That means this is 7. It also associated to G, but we'll get into that a little later. And it's 72. So this is 2 circles. This is the Vesica Piscis, and this is done with 2 circles. So show 72. The heptagram, okay, also can be your letter G. That's right. In your alphabet, the 7th letter is the letter G. And in the Abrahamic, it is Zion, and it is a weapon. So, a tool. So, God is associated, the first letter of the word that created God, that creates the word God, is actually G, which is associated to this and is associated to a weapon. So God has been used against humanity as a weapon. And the actual God that you know is an imposter. He's a fake because he's a circle. All the attributes of the circle is the attributes of God. He is your one and only God, and that's associated to Aleph being the first letter of the alphabet. And the first letter of the alphabet is associated to the circle because it is the first. As you can see, a circle only has one surface. He has no beginning, no end. He is perfect. He's not like all the other geometric shapes where there's an angle or it's all broken. So he is perfect. He is infinite. That has to do with pi, and you can find pi inside of Genesis, hidden inside certain of the numbers, the numbers games, the witchcraft numbers. And then you have circle has a arc, and that is your ark of the covenant. And a circle has a radiant, and your God is supposed to be radiant too. So there you go. All the attributes of a circle, your one and only God, is a duality. He's a phony. He's a weapon. He's an imposter. So there you go. But we're not here for him because I already got rid of him before. We're here for the Vesica Piscis. The Vesica Piscis, as you can see, is hidden inside of the flower of life, inside of the Kabbalah, and all this is made with circles, and you can see that 2 circles, one on top of another, makes a Vesica Piscis. So the world, okay, the way according to the Kabbalists, is full of duality. Well, obviously it's full of duality. It is created by them through the aleph-bet, the alphabet. So every letter of the alphabet, as you can see a good example here, aleph is not only A, but it also means leader. It also means beginning, creation, first, and alpha, like in alphabet, which is associated to, is dominant, all right? And that has to do with a leader. Now, the letter bet has associated to house, feminine, and duality. So, the alpha bet is dominant duality. So now you can understand. So everything I'm saying, which makes no sense, actually starts making sense. So let's look at the Vesica Piscis, where we have, this is sacred geometry. Sacred geometry was used in creating the stories inside of the Bible. As you can see, if you look at a Vesica Piscis, this looks like the top. That looks like a boat. If you look at a boat from the top, this would be the front or the back, and the back the front, but this would be a boat. And this could be your nets that you set in the water on either side of the boat to catch what? Fishes. And that falls with the story of the 153 fishes inside of the Bible, where the apostles caught 153 fishes. Now, they're going to give you all kinds of different definitions and but the truth is that all this, everything comes from the Kabbalah, and the Kabbalah created your story of Genesis. As we explained earlier, this is the flower of life, and you have flower, and inside the flower you have a tree, and this was the inspiration for the tree in the middle of the garden in heaven. And inside this tree there's a missing fruit. It's this one here. All right, that's why you have this the 10th Sephirot. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 doesn't exist. 11. That's why 9/11 happened on 9/11, because these guys were behind it. But anyways, we're here to talk about the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces can be found on some of the carvings inside of religion. As you can see, it's right here, and in some of the drawings. Okay, you have what's his name there coming out of the Vesica Pisces. All right, so this would be a leader, your creator, and he's coming out of the Vesica Pisces. And if you squint your eyes in your mind and you do the mental gymnastic, this is aleph and this is bet, alphabet. So the alphabet, anyways, is used to create these stories. And if you look at the profile of a pregnant woman, it looks like a bee, all right? And the Holy Bible starts with the letter B, and it's the story of a pregnant woman, all right? And B-I, the prefix of Bible, B-I means duality. So the Bible is full of duality. Now let's go with the Vesica Pisces, because we want to know what a woman is. The Vesica Pisces is the womb of the universe, okay? And that's associated to the second letter of the alphabet, and is associated to the letter B, which, as you can see here, is hidden in a pregnant woman. And that is it is the symbol of the divine feminine. So now inside the culture that we are living through, they have a problem of knowing what is a woman. And I sort of mansplained that I would tell you what a woman is. Well, the woman is a prefix and a suffix of the word womb, all right, and man. So that became woo-man. It's just like the word Bible. It's a prefix and a suffix. And that is the definition of a woman. It's a man with a womb, all right? And if you're not born with one and you chop it off, then you're still not a woman because you don't have a womb. And that is where the definition of woman came from. It came from the occult and the Vesica Pisces and the geometric design, and it's the divine feminine. So that being said, we all know it has to do with the aleph-bet. No, this aleph-tav, which is the first letter of the alphabet and the last letter of the alphabet. And this is all started with witchcraft. So your whole alphabet started with the witchcraft, and you have aleph-bet, beginning. So we live in a world of dominant duality, and it has to all do with our alphabet. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into what we lived through just not long ago, where the common cold, where it used to be in the old medical books, it was the coronavirus. Now they've changed. This is the word magic. They changed the definition, and if you would say the common cold is associated with the coronavirus, you'd get banned. You'd get canceled. Well, anyways, been canceled before. So you can see it in another medical book here. I think it's 1989 medical book, that the common cold was caused by the coronavirus. And this has to do with also word magic. The laws are made out of words, and what they've done at the United Nations was to change the requirements of a pandemic. Before, it used to be you had to have more deaths associated to the spread of a disease, and that a common cold did not, count to the percentage needed for you to have a pandemic. So they took off the numbers of death, and it just has to be widespread. So every season you're gonna have the common cold, you're gonna have a pandemic, because the definition at the United Nations was changed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with our friend witchcraft. It's word magic. And it all starts with the aleph-bet, which is your father in heaven, right over here. This is aleph and this is bet, okay? And bet is about duality, and it's all about duality. So don't be fooled. We are living in fun times where we can actually see it. Once you go through the matrix and you get at the bottom of the rabbit hole, your alphabet is what is used to control is the matrix. So that's it. Have a great evening.